Previously on the Great Ace Attorney.
It's finally about to begin. Trial of life, trial of death, substitute life, substitute death, substitute life,
Oh God, I don't know whatever came me there. I was just felt like I was harnessing the power of a Hoge for just a second. And now back to grunting at people.
Hello!
NicoB, back with some more the Great Ace Attorney. When we last left off, we began the trial of Case 4. And we're already off to a pretty shit start. It only took like a few minutes for the entire jury to be like, yeah, no, you're full of crap, and then go against us. Which, by the way, you guys also told me, I was wondering, like, why am I not remarking about the two jury members that I've seen and met before? And you guys point out, well, you could have done that. You could have talked to them about it if you'd press them during the jury moment. Of course. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. I really wish I had. He probably would have said something really funny. Like, what are you doing there? Honestly, I think probably from a game development standpoint, I bet the purpose of it was just so they could reuse some of the assets, not to create brand new characters that have unique animations for whatever they do, right? So just like reusing some of the old characters, it's like, why not? So I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if maybe some of the witnesses from this case even show up in the next trial, or someone from previously shows up on the next one or something, you know? So if that does happen, I'll have to remember that to actually press them to glean that information off of them, because I do want to see that reaction. I will say, I find it interesting that Van Ziek's already taken off his cape there. I thought he'd probably keep it on until we had him up against the wall, but right now he's just kind of wrecking our crap. We convinced the jury and got ourselves out of there, but we don't really have, I mean, he's already sort of disputed what our claims were. But anyway, last episode, Dice for the Win 273 said, "Don't be ridiculous. I don't make friends with bringers of death." Van Ziek's just outside the room, starts to cry. "I just want to wish him good luck in the trial." Oh my God, that's right. Van Ziek's is just really tsundere as shit. I don't know why. Just imagining old gruff and deep and serious Van Ziek's just like, start crying because he got his feelings hurt. It's like, why does that fill my heart with so many emotions? Must protect precious cinnamon bun Van Ziek's. I'm not a cinnamon bun. Stop calling me that. Of course you are, you silly bugger. Then he comes out and smashes me in the head with another bottle. I'm not. Okay, sorry. But anyway, Dice, thank you for your hilarious comment. It is for that reason you are comment of the day. All right, so he's gone ahead and brought up two new witnesses. One is the guard that was apparently witnessed the murder, and he seems to be a bit of a sleepy one. He seems a little drowsy, and then there's another girl up there with him, which I feel like we're probably gonna argue, like, for sure he really saw it, and he wasn't just like dreaming it. Go on, witnesses. Your name and occupations. Oh my God, look at the weird irises of this chick. Ah! Oh Lord. Oh Lord! It's Patrick O'Malley. Like I see the part of his helmet is inside of his mouth. This is Patrick O'Malley. I'm a patrolman on the city beat.
And I'm Rola O'Malley, the wife of our city's great hero.
Oh, I see. Is everything all right? Is he dead?
Absolutely. You see, the two of us were just married. Just the other day, we had our first wedding anniversary.
Oh, not that. Sorry, I meant your husband. His exhaustion is understandable. Being a constable of London is one of the most notable yet demanding duties in the world. Is that so? I feel like I've heard this before.
Apart from our off-duty days, every day is spent patrolling 20 miles around the city on foot. Patrolling local establishments, collecting taxes, surveying roads, inspecting the scales, cleaning the roads, filling the gas lamps, and extinguishing the lamps are all part of the job.
Oh man, I can't wait for electricity to come into play here.
There are a lot of duties that seem unbefitting for the police.
Rather than doze off, I'd probably collapse before long. I'm about to collapse just from listening to that. Of course, the constable's most vital duty is the pursuit and suppression of crime. Even if he's off duty, if a crime occurs in his beat, he must insist in the investigation. Such is the proud spirit of the London Constabulary. Kill me, please. He's certainly tired, though. On the day of the crime,
This couple was walking on the opposite side of Briar Road. It was at this point that they witnessed the incident. Is this correct so far, witnesses?
Yes, it is. Right, darling?
Patrick O'Malley, patrolman on the city beat. Jeez. Sorry, I think he's gonna be introducing himself a lot.
Very well. The court orders the two of you to testify. Testify regarding what you witnessed on the evening of the crime.
Sir! He's got kind of weird little irises too, doesn't he? Okay, I feel like she's gonna be doing most of the talking here. Okay, what we witnessed.
That now was our anniversary. We went out for dinner, still in uniform. As we were strolling along, we saw two figures coming down the opposite path. And all of a sudden, one of them fell over. The other one dropped something and ran away. We hurried as fast as we could to the nearest police box to call for help. The Japanese man is the one who ran away. Pat and I both saw it with our own eyes.
Now, this is decisive testimony.
Ah, crap, it is.
The officer's wife claims to have clearly seen Saseki's face. If what they say is the truth, the possibility presented in the closing argument would be outright disproven.
Indeed. After all, such an absurd possibility was non-existent to begin with.
This must have been quite the ordeal for your first anniversary.
Or maybe they, I don't know, for their first anniversary, they felt like to go out and kill a motherfucker. You never know, right? These two could be fucking crazy. Look at him. Look at that dopey looking motherfucker to the left.
It was, but I think the Lord that we could have our night out together in the first place. I suppose being a constable in London is an ordeal in of itself.
Worry not. This testimony will soon be over, and then you will be able to spend the day at your leisure.
And what's that supposed to mean?
This lovely couple clearly saw the face of the man who fled the crime scene. And the face was that of none other than Saseki Natsume. I don't believe I need to remind you of the weight that a London officer's words carry.
Ha! Stop exclamation pointing me! Even though it was the officer's wife who said every single word.
With that said, I suggest you prepare yourself, defense.
Of course! I'm so boned. Okay, I have a feeling that I'm gonna probably press her on something and he's gonna react to it, right? And then I'm gonna have him clarify it. So, alright. Then that was our anniversary. We went out for dinner and still in uniform. Mata!
We were still in uniform? Then does that mean you're with the police too?
Yeah.
Nope, it's a shame, but women, children, and the elderly can't be police in London.
That's sexist as fuck.
It's the 18th and 19th century. Of course it's sexist as fuck.
Is it really a problem that children and the elderly aren't police?
But you know, the uniform looks so good on Pat. Right, darling?
Ah, my neck.
Yeah, at the time I had just finished up for the day. So we were planning to stop by the station and change clothes before heading out again.
It's kind of scary how suddenly he started giving proper testimony.
I would have been okay with you staying in uniform, though. When you change clothes suddenly, it's like I don't even know you. That was a very dangerous piece of testimony.
Anyway, you two were getting ready to go to dinner after he finished work.
Yeah, really, I was completely exhausted after a full day of patrolling. However, I swear, I'm ready and willing to do whatever it takes to live up to this.
What is that?
This is our secret police handbook, held only by the patrolmen of London. Inside we have the great things to know as a constable. A constable patrols the city, working tirelessly so that citizenry may know peace. And that is why I never tire, even when I'm patrolling 20 miles a day and feel like dying on the inside. If all it takes to help the people is to wander around the day, my God, I will wander.
I don't think you're supposed to wander.
I just wanted that one single day to be peaceful so we could celebrate our anniversary. I'm always leaving her alone, cause work is so busy. My poor beloved roll. Oh my god.
He's amazing in the sack.
I really didn't need to know that.
Roll up, my love.
Back to my sweet.
Ah!
Oh, how lovely. Their love is so pure.
Stop triggering Susanto with your sappy shit. I guess they're all weird.
Come on, I want a hug, Naruhodō.
No, don't touch me. No, I'm trying to focus on being a badass liar. Susan, stop it. No.
Come on, I knew you want a hug.
No.
And then Van Zix is over there. Look, he looks to his left and his right and goes, I want a hug. Van Zix sad again. Derek, sad Zix.
It's a little annoying, too.
Well then, what happened while you were walking?
As we were strolling along, we saw two figures coming down the opposite path.
You saw two people?
Yup, they were walking towards us on the footpath by Briar Road.
Okay, one very large person, one much smaller person.
There was the big roly-poly person, and then behind the fatty, there was a tiny little guy. The fatty fat. She must be talking about Saseki and the victim.
Yeah, the victim does look pretty plump.
Are you absolutely sure that nobody else was present on the footpaths?
Yes, sir. It was getting dark out, so the gas lamps were lit. Nobody else was there, right, darling?
Oh, all right. There was a bit of fog, but by roads, footpaths are dead straight, so visibility was pretty high regardless. Since the gas lamps were lit, we wouldn't have missed anyone lurking about.
Answer this next question before you fall asleep again. Are you absolutely sure?
Absolutely sure, sir. As a constable on the watch for crime, I declare I'm sure. My conviction is almost as strong as my love for Rolla. Rolla, my love.
Pat my sweet.
This is gonna get old fast.
So the victim and the criminal were the only ones on Briar Road at the time. I guess it's the undeniable truth.
Certainly seems as though there was nowhere for the assailant to run to.
Well, Saseki was able to get away, but then he got caught anyway. Saseki!
The situation as before the crime took place has been made absolutely clear. Now, what happened next?
And all of a sudden, one of them fell over, the other dropped something and ran away.
The other person dropped something. Could you explain?
Sure, at the time I didn't know what exactly he had dropped. But when he got closer, we totally figured it out. Right, darling?
Yeah, it was those old books.
Oh, old books.
Yes, sir. Several books have fallen on the ground around the victim.
If I'm correct, this photograph confirms your testimony.
Totally. When that evil Japanese guy did the deed, he dropped them.
Hey, hold on. You still haven't proven that it was the defendant that you saw.
But we saw him. There's no way it wasn't him. Look at that mustache, that sad hunchback, that sunken face. Everything matches.
So let me make sure. By the way, I can't remember if I actually clarified this or not. A while back, I think it must have been it was last trial. There was a moment where when I initially went and pressed everybody, I didn't get a reaction from like the other person that wasn't talking that I could press on. Then suddenly, it felt like randomly McGundle like reacted like when I went and pressed again, even though he didn't do it earlier. And you guys point out, and I sort of realized it too, the reason why he didn't do that was because I hadn't finished examining every bit of evidence that I had. So I didn't check the thing that I needed to trigger McGundle to do his thing so I could continue with it. It wasn't even really seemingly connected to what he was like doing there, but it was basically making sure that I did do what I was supposed to do. So I better make sure that I've got everything examined. I think I have. I think I've checked everything here, so I don't miss anything like that again.
I'm pretty sure he's just throwing insults around at this point.
Yep, he looked down at the poor victim with the most horrifying expression. And he struck like 3 poses.
Oh, it does sound like Saseki. Okay, never mind, he did it.
Suddenly he threw the books everywhere and ran off.
Really? It's bad. Doesn't look like she's lying.
There's not a shred of doubt in this testimony. It's no surprise coming from a police couple. Go on, continue your testimony.
Sir? Sir?
We hurried as fast as we could to the nearest police box to call for help.
But aren't you the police? Was your husband the one that ran to notify the police?
Nope, it was me, the proud policeman's wife. Right, darling? Mm-hmm.
Yep, I asked her to do it. My shift may have been over for the day, but as a policeman at heart, I still have a duty to watch over the crime scene.
Indeed, preservation of crime scene is an important part of a policeman's duty.
So instead, I had Roller go for me. She notified the police in charge of that district.
Okay, this is like stop being a British accent and start just becoming a southern Hank Hill sounding thing, but whatever, I'm going with it.
Sorry. What do you mean by district?
Depending on where a crime takes place, the investigation is assigned to a certain district. The footpath that the victim was on wasn't part of my beat. So I told my beloved Roller where to find the police box so she could gather policemen.
I ran as fast as I could to the police box and got the attention of the police there. You could call this our loving teamwork.
And thanks to your teamwork, the case was resolved quickly. You are exemplary citizens.
Oh, you're making me blush. Right, darling?
Please don't pull me. Oh, yeah, Roller's the best. Roller's the best.
Just keep testifying, please. Okay, the Japanese man is the one who ran away. Pat and I both saw with our own eyes.
Would you really be able to see his face that clearly with just gaslighting?
Back off, you! Don't you underestimate a Londoner's eyesight!
Oh, honey, please.
What now?
Lighting from a gas lamp is more than enough. Especially because that pesky fog was thinner than usual.
Uh-huh, the fog. Go on.
London has become famous all the world over for its fog. But for us, it's hard to see it as a good thing.
Because on the days when it's especially foggy, you can hardly see your own hands.
Okay, I get it. Just let your husband go, please.
Why is it so foggy? It's actually, it's because of the sewers, I think, isn't it? Like, because the steam or smog or smoke comes out of the sewers, basically, because of the difference in temperature, I think. And it kind of causes the streets to get hazy. Is that right?
Every day our eyesight's tempered by the fog. We're absolutely sure when we say it was that Japanese guy over there. Right, darling?
I was awake the whole times. Yeah, I was definitely the defendant. Look at that mustache, that sad hunchback, that sunken face. Everything matches.
He said that already.
At the very least, we confirm that these two are confident about their testimony. The man they saw fleeing the scene was Saseki.
Okay.
Is that all they have to say?
How are you feeling, Naruhodō?
Well, my first impression on hearing the testimony is, bad. With the way that they testified, I'm not sure that we have much room to argue. Still doubt that they really did witness Saseki fleeing the scene.
I had the same thoughts.
But even if they did, what does that mean for us?
I suspect the jury would gladly vote guilty if that were the case.
No way! What am I supposed to do here?
At a time like this, Kazuma.
What would Asogi do? Asogi! Tell me what to do!
I think he would search for contradictions in the finer parts of their testimony.
What finer parts?
If we keep badgering them about Saseki, things will only get worse. Instead, we want to search for any possible contradictions in their testimony. To bring those contradictions to light, it will show that their memory is unreliable.
Wow!
The only way forward is to find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. Otherwise, it's very likely the trial will be ending early today.
This is getting intense.
Okay, nothing popped out initially, but Oh, okay, I guess I had to do that. I was like, nothing really jumped at me right off the bat.
Excuse me, Mr. Attorney, can I ask you something?
Yes, ma'am. What is it?
You've been badgering us about all these little details. And I bet you think we're liars, don't you? Get him, honey!
Oh my god. The animations in this game are so fucking good. She takes her freaking half-asleep husband and puts him in a fighting stance.
What? No way! I swear I don't.
I'm a policeman's wife and I'm telling you I saw everything. For example, hey! You know all those filthy old books at the crime scene? I remember every single one of the names of those books. But you're just going to apprehend me anyway.
Lady, you know, if you hadn't said that or elaborate on that, I probably wouldn't be able to. Oh god, I'm scrolling bullshit.
What did I even say? Now there's no need to yell.
Yes, there is. That stupid Asian doesn't know what this wife is capable of. And if I let it pass, Pat would take him down in an instant.
Look, I'm sorry. Just let him go, please. God.
Just stop flailing his head around. He needs like a neck brace or something by this point.
Our brave witness permit to add this statement to our testimony. Now, will that please you, madam?
Yeah. Let me say it over and over. Right, darling?
No, honey, just stick to the script. I'm gonna die here.
Okay, I even remember the names of all 4 books that the criminal dropped. Go on, try me.
Will do, bitch. Come at me. You're right about the old books scattered around the scene.
Of course, these are the books that Soseki Natsume bought at the used bookshop.
After I got back from calling the police to the scene, I was really scared, but I made sure to investigate the scene. As a policeman's wife, I had to investigate in his place.
In his place? Where was Pat at the time?
He was face down in the snow, dead asleep. So I made sure to roll him over every now and then so he could breathe. I guess he was really tired. You're always working so hard, darling.
Wasn't he supposed to be watching over the crime scene?
Well, now that we're discussing this point, would you be willing to tell us the names of the books you saw?
Not sure how I'm gonna be able to confirm it because I don't know what the names of the books are either. Unless, did we actually elaborate that the books were ruined? I remember us bring that up at some point.
Of course, listen up, everyone. Let's see, there was a Monsieur Someone, right? And the Something Tales? Then there was Somewhere Under the Sea. Last one was The Adventure of Something.
Sherlock O. But I can compare it with the books that he has on his receipt here. Monsieur Lecoq, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Canterbury Tales, that's not right. So that was right, The Adventure of Something wasn't.
Amazing, right?
Well, I guess that was an amazing amount of vague wording.
I was close enough.
So it is decreed. Indeed, the names of the books were close enough to that.
See? Look, I'm right. But you're just going to throttle me and say, nope, ma'am, not trustworthy. Right, darling? How does this make you feel?
Very sleepy, honey. Anyone who bullies Rolo's gonna get a face full of leg. I will shoot a motherfucker.
Oh my god! Pat, put the gun down!
I will kill him.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm not that aggressive. Oh, yes, I am.
You know, normally I'm not fazed by anything, but that scared the shit out of me. He seemed so peaceful in his sleep.
His threat wasn't all that peaceful.
Okay. Is that all we have? Oh, god dang it.
Wait, so that did not change your testimony? I guess it didn't. I figured to add the name, but the point is, even I remember the names of all... all 4 books. And I only have 3 here. That's the point. It's not the names of the books. Did she even say Canterbury Tales, though? Well, whatever. Either way. Igiari!
Can you tell me more about these 4 books that have fallen on the ground?
Of course, I totally remember them. Somewhere Under the Sea, Monsieur Someone,
Oh, yeah, something. She did. I glossed over that.
An Adventure of Something.
It really does pain me to say this, but there's a major issue with your testimony.
What?
See, I wouldn't have been able to do anything if you hadn't told me that last bit. Got all sassy with me, but now I gotta shoot you down, girl! Yeah! Stogie smash! There should have been only 3 books at the scene of the crime!
Huh?
I happen to have a receipt from the used bookshop.
Tattered Tales Book Emporium?
It shows what books the defendant bought on the day of the crime. And as you can see, there are only 3 books listed here.
Only 3? No way! I swear I saw it. There were 4 filthy books on the ground.
Ah, quiet slam. Take a look at this photo of the crime scene.
Hey, she's lying on top of one of them.
This corroborates the information from the receipt. There were only 3 books.
You think I'm going to believe that? I swear. I saw it! Right, honey?
We can't put any stock in your observational skills at this point.
Ah!
And thus, your testimony that the defendant was the criminal you saw might possibly be another mistake.
What?
Ah, collapse the floor.
Higgyari.
Ah!
Huh?
My god, it was me, all along. I must say, the most disappointing one among us is you, Japanese boy.
What now?
Gonna pour myself a glass of brandy. These witnesses saw the defendant fleeing from the scene of the crime. You knew that you couldn't disprove this fact.
Ah!
So instead, you decided to sweep it under the rug and nitpick at these small inconsistencies. Is that right?
Ah! How can he see right through me?
But your poorly prepared plan did nothing but backfire.
But what do you mean?
It is simple. Our diligent constable's wife testified correctly. There were no contradictions.
Huh?
After the crime, there were undoubtedly 4 books left on the Briar Road.
Iggyati! But if you look at the photo of the crime scene, isn't it clear that there are only 3 books?
Does that mean one of the books was hers or something?
Yes, there were only 3 books in the view of the camera.
In view? You don't mean...
I have brought another photo with me. It shows what the victim was holding.
Oh, okay. The Adventures of the Lion's Mane. Oh! The Lion's Mane again. Okay. That's what the... Didn't that old man from earlier, John Garrideb, he had that book, right? Did he come and steal it or something? Or did the wife find it?
That's... the 4th book!
As you can clearly see, the last book is hidden beyond the victim's body.
No. It can't be!
Shut up, everyone! Order, order, order in the court!
Huh? See? Look at that! Take a good look! Take a good look, Doodle!
Okay, I'm looking.
It's just like I said, right, darling?
You got that right. Roller, you're the greatest.
Shall we examine the defendant's bookshop receipt in closer detail? Witness, repeat to us the names of the books you saw.
Monsieur someone.
That would be Monsieur Lecoq.
Lecoq.
The Something Tales.
The Canterbury Tales.
Something somewhere under the sea.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So far, all of the titles of these books have matched the receipt exactly. In my opinion, that shows brilliant capacity for observation and recollection.
Oh, thank you. Did you hear that, darling? The sexy man complimented me.
Oh, damn right, he's sexy as hell. I'd smack that ass, boy. I mean, girl. I mean, whoever in the world, boy. 3 cheers, Roller.
Then the 4th book, the one missing from the receipt.
Don't think too hard now. The book shown in the picture is the 4th book.
But this is mystifying indeed. I wonder why the 4th book isn't listed on the receipt.
There's nothing mystifying about it. The victim is the one holding the fourth book. Therefore, this book belongs to the victim herself.
So the victim was holding her own book. Ah!
By the way, what do you think happened to that last book?
As we all know, Scotland Yard wouldn't overlook this. I have it here with me, preserved as evidence.
Oh, okay. He has it with him. But we saw that same book. I mean, there's more than one version of a book, right? So, I mean, okay. I don't know how that's gonna tie into this then. At least I think, right? Yeah, I remember us bringing that up, and I was pretty sure it was because John Garrideb had that book as well. Oh, was it? Oh, I think that's right. He had that book, but it had the bookmark in it, right? That said, like,
Oh, it was such good seeing you, James.
right? I think maybe that book was meant for her, but they got the books mixed up. Possibly.
Very well. The court demands you submit the picture and the book as evidence.
As you wish.
Okay, another photograph taken by the police at the crime scene. Book is clearly visible in the victim's hand. Book named The Adventures of the Linesman, found in the victim's hand during the crime scene investigation.
That is all. The prosecution has no further evidence.
How can this be?
Alright, let's have a look then. Alright, just have check this. Don't think anything's really... Woo! Alright, let's have a look-see at this. Oh, hi! Oh, it is. A big old chunk of that book is missing. This is the book that was on his shelf and is at his place and caught fire. Did it get mixed up then? How did it get mixed up? If it was in his apartment...
My, look at this. What a terrible burn.
Wow, must be unreadable in this state, especially the latter half of it.
Such a shame for this to happen to a good book. Upon further examination, it seems that the burn was rather recent.
The book was burned recently, huh? Something about this bothers me. Get in my freaking court record.
The title of this book is The Adventure of the Linesman.
I really don't know a single British literary work, so naturally, I've never heard of a title like... Oh, Adventure of the Linesman? What's this feeling? I'm pretty sure I've heard that name recently.
I have the same feeling.
Yeah. How did they get mixed up? Was John Garrideb on his way home and he just bumped into that lady with... But no, that wouldn't make sense because the book was not... Like, why would he be holding the book with him if it was burnt, right? He chucked it out his window at the person trying to murder somebody. He's like, quit doing that, you fish and shit, you! Ah! Chucks the book at them. The plot thickens.
How can this be?
This was the obvious outcome, Japanese boy. You've tried so hard to put up every scrap of feasible resistance you could muster. Your closing argument concluded with a red herring possibility of him taking the long way, and your cross-examination concluded with worthless doubts about the witness's memory.
But, in the end, maybe he's right.
Yep, we only told the truth of what we saw. Nothing but the truth. Right, darling?
Yeah, Roller, marry me, Roller.
We're already married, honey.
Now, I'd like to hear the jury's thoughts on the matter once again. Need we waste more time before we bring holy judgment on the Japanese devil? This will be the last time. Citizen jurors of the capital, we request your sage verdict. We've exhaustively investigated all of the witnesses and the evidence. There's no point in further deliberation.
Naruhodō, it's an extremely delicate situation.
I know, but if I just throw out a baseless objection, it could make things even worse. What are you going to do here, Ryuunosuke and Naruhodō?
Okay, I think I'm gonna raise an objection and talk about the burn on the book here.
Hikiari! Hold it, please!
It's too late to tell, but you're too late! This cross-examination was your last chance of rebuttal. Now that it has ended, the discussion of the evidence has been concluded as well.
That may be, but... I can't do it. Right words just won't come out.
May I have a word with you, prosecutor? I believe it's a little rash to say that we finished going over everything.
I shouldn't be surprised, considering you've come from a lawless Oriental land. But at this point of the trial, a legal assistant should know not to open her mouth.
Ow.
Hey, nobody talks to Susanoo that way! Not even me! I'm still far too inexperienced as an attorney. So, I'm sorry if it's such a problem for you, but I still need my legal assistant's aid.
Naruhodō!
The core philosophy of our empire is tolerance. I will allow the legal assistant to speak.
Aw.
Thanks, Santa!
Susanoo, if you please.
Alright, then let's hear what you have to say, legal assistant. Where could you possibly see any more room for deliberation?
Actually, new evidence was submitted at the end of the last cross-examination.
Then you mean there still remains evidence that needs to be examined. Is that correct?
Are you ready for this, Naruhodō? It's likely that if we fail to present vital evidence at this point, the judge really will demand a verdict from the jury.
It's time.
Of course, we will also be asked why the evidence is so important. It's just carefully examining the new evidence before you present anything.
Understood. Thank you, Susanoo. Alright, here we go. Susanoo, give me this final chance. I can't let it go to waste. Yeah! The defense is prepared to present evidence.
Oh, man. Man's whipping out his fucking stink eyes.
Motherfucker, what? No, you're not.
Very well. The court will allow the defense to present one final piece of evidence. Which piece of evidence holds a vital yet dormant clue that is yet to be investigated?
Boom, bitch.
Cut! That would be what is shown in the new photo of the crime scene. Specifically, the fourth book left at the scene.
Higgyari. I do believe that we've already reached a conclusion regarding this book. It's clear that it is unrelated to the incident beyond being in the victim's possession. There's absolutely no need to look into this book any further.
Yeah.
Court does agree with the prosecution on this matter. However, the defense made a certain claim earlier. He said that there is a clue dormant within this piece of evidence. Court requests that you show us this clue. Are you prepared, attorney?
Well, of course.
Naruhodō! Prosecution is desperately trying to avoid further investigation of this book. I think that this means you're moving along the right path.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, it's hard not to notice this, so he totally noticed the giant burn mark on the back as well.
I don't know what did this, but I don't care. I'm not asking questions.
Everything's set up too perfectly for me. I'm gonna win this damn case.
Attorney, the court orders you to show us this new clue. What final clue is left on the fourth book?
That. Behold.
Would you allow me to show you the back of this book?
The back? It's been burned to a crisp. The book's in awful condition. The resale value is going to be horrible.
Have to wonder why the victim would bother carrying such an unreadable book. It's definitely unnatural, don't you think?
Higgyari, you're the one who's unnatural. Unnatural? What about it, Japanese boy?
Huh?
Unnatural or not, should this burn have no ties to the case, it is not worth arguing over. However, if you mean to assert that the burn on this book is a clue, then what truth is this clue supposed to lead us to?
A burned book. Actually, there is one possibility that comes to mind. It's a far-fetched possibility, but I have to run with it. Alright, the defense is prepared to share its thoughts.
Now, the court must ask you present one more answer, attorney. What is the truth to be gleaned from the burn marks on this book?
The store that sold this book, the owner of this book, the contents of this book, the owner of this book.
One reasonable truth to be gleaned from the burns of this book is the true owner of this book.
What?
But it's already obvious who it belongs to, isn't it? thought Stab was clutching it in her hand.
Shut the crap up, Rolla. I can't claim to know exactly how the book ended up in her hand like that. But as for who owns this book and where it came from, the defense may be able to make that clear.
But how?
Fine. I shall play along with your desperate squirming for now. But remember, that squirming might lead you to an unfavorable verdict.
Attorney, your answer to the following question may change the direction of this trial and may turn the case around. Who is the true owner of this mercilessly scorched book? Behold, John Mother Flipping Garrideb, boy!
Ah! That would be the landlords of Mr. Natsumi's flat. The Garrideb family!
The landlords.
Oh my god! Oh my god, it's the first time I've seen Van Zeke's reacted up a way that seemed uneasy about anything. Oh my god. In a way that wasn't about flinging a bottle or breaking a glass or anything. You know, he's just like, that's his cringe emote. His face didn't change at all, but his body is showing all the pain of being proven wrong. He's like, ah!
No, I deeply apologize for cringing in front of the Holy Grail. I beg your forgiveness.
I don't know if it's a wild coincidence or if it was fate. But among the 6 citizens chosen at this trial's jury,
Yeah, really.
one of the Garridebs is present right now, Mrs. Garrideb. Hi, Miss Garrideb. Hi, I see you.
Oh, me, was I fell asleep? Please hold on, you see, I'm not his wife to begin with, I'm just a maid.
We can leave your odd marital circumstances aside for now, alright? You beat the shit out of your husband on a daily basis. Don't you lie to me.
But that's just because he keeps fucking up.
You were constantly pouring scalding water in his freaking lap every day. If that doesn't count as abuse, I don't freaking know what does. All I need is for you to answer one simple question. Wasn't this book in Mr. John Garrideb's room?
I've never seen that book before. Why do you think I...
Iggyari. You must have lost your mind, Japanese boy. The defendant's landlord. Really? You have no basis for your claim, yet you dare point that vile finger at a law-abiding citizen. No forgiveness could be given to such an act.
Iggyari, right back at you, mister. The two of us happen to know the truth on the day of the crime and about the time when the victim was stabbed. One more incident was unfolding in Mr. Garrideb's room.
One more? What in the world are you speaking of?
A fire.
Oh god. Indeed, the whole fiasco happened in the blink of an eye. The moment the flames flared up, the whole room was engulfed in thick smoke, and my wife just continued to pour that scalding hot tea in my lap like it was no big deal. For unfortunately, it wasn't long before the fire spread in the furniture. I'm starting to think that that's the reason why he really has a cane, is because his wife keeps pouring tea on his lap. I ended up losing the adventure of the lion's mane. Now I was just getting to the good part. Oh!
The adventure of the lion's mane.
Oh my god! Oh! Oh, that is some mean, stank-ass face he's got there. Van Zeke's looking fucking pissed.
Adventure of the lion's mane.
It's the same name as the book we have here.
Yare. Boulder Dash. All it means is that the 2 books of the same name had been burned. That book was likely lost in the fire anyway. There's no possible way that it could have been moved to the crime scene.
Just so you know, the cause of the fire was apparently a fight between the Garridebs.
So maybe the Suseki had the book? Well, no. But she was holding the book in her hand. It seems like they would have gotten, somehow the other lady got a hold of it.
I'll leave out the details, but the wife was absolutely furious. Even as the flames raced around them, she kept attacking Mr. Garrideb with more tea.
Wow, I could never imagine that. Right, darling?
I never cheat on you, Roller. I'm not that fucking stupid.
Damn right you're not. Know your place, dear.
Y'all hear that? Roller's as pacifist as they get.
Stop making noises, Pat!
All of my favorite old books were lined up on that bookshelf, but now they've been swallowed up by the flames. Chris, just like that, because of my crazy old wife. Dead insult injury. My very own wife threw those books at me in a fury.
Oh. She threw the books at him in a fury. Did one of them just fly out the window, maybe?
She held me back to the window, assaulted me with burning books.
She did. Okay. Okay, so she tossed the books out, but then why did the other lady think that was her book? Just because... And how did he end up with her? If that, like, her book with the fake bookmark. She just tossed it out the window and the lady was walking by and picked it up or something. I don't know.
She threw the book toward the window then. Oh, it can't be! The book flew through the window toward the crime scene.
Higiyari, stop coming to your own conclusions, Judge. On that night, I briefly investigated the nearby homes in hopes of gaining information. But I was not informed that Mr. Garrideb's window had been broken.
Right. When we visited, the glass was intact.
Right. Okay.
But at the time, the window might have been open.
Yeah.
It was not. The crime took place on a winter night that would freeze any man to the bone. A Londoner would never have left his window open.
Well...
Are you making an earnest assertion, attorney? Do you claim that this book was burnt and thrown out the home by an angry wife?
I believe it's possible.
Okay.
I've heard enough. Is that me? I think it... Oh, I've heard enough. It's me! Now you all see, right? That self-proclaimed Japanese attorney over there is nothing but a yellow-bellied coward.
What do you mean by coward? I think I'm pretty brave, honestly.
No, you're kind of a coward, Naruhodō.
Says the town you're supposed to be on my side!
You say our home almost turned into a sea of flames in the middle of a fight. And you say I'm pretending to be a maid to keep up appearances. And none of that's related to this trial. You're just hurling insults at me.
It wasn't my fault you ended up being on the jury, lady!
No, I swear I never...
To think you would insult a Londoner just to distract him from the truth. You think that's going to fly? You don't see that you're a monster?
she swung her fist around. She smacked the guy next to her. He actually reacted. He was like,
Hey, what's real swinging your fist there, old lady?
she's absolutely right.
Huh?
We listened to her side of the argument just to be sure of our verdict. But now look, there's only one person who could have stabbed the victim in the back. It was the man who ran away from the scene, that mustachioed little man.
It does seem that way.
It's the truth.
Yeah, you've got it.
Sure as hell.
Where's that? Oh, god dang it. No, come on, guys. I thought we were making progress. Sort of.
It would seem that the jurors have all come to a conclusion once again. What are your thoughts, Lord Van Zeeks?
My thoughts are I'm feeling a little thirsty. These further deliberations were a little more than a waste of time. But now, maybe we can make up for those precious minutes we lost.
Ah! Hey, wait! The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't...
Ah! Talk to the leg, Japanese boy. After this trial is over, you can have your fun with that mystery once you return home.
Ah, God, no, I can't defeat the power of leg! Ah! God damn, every fucking day is leg day for Van Zeeks.
He just fucking breaks the goddamn table in half with his leg.
Oh my god, the size of them quads!
That's enough reason for me to vote guilty. Me too.
Me too.
Me too! Damn it! Oh, I can't beat the leg! Van Zeek leg doesn't look like he's willing to apologize for his impudence this time.
Impudence of the leg.
Very well. Now, jurors, the time has come once again, and so am I again. Present your verdict to the court.
Who did it?
You say?
Okay. Hopefully you don't lag the game when you do it this time, please. Here we go. Boom!
Fuck, it did! What the shit? For some reason, those flames like the fuck out of this game when they all do it at once. Stop having simultaneous verdicts, you guys!
The jury has certainly made its verdict clear.
another guilty verdict. Ah, this time.
Naruhodō, keep facing forward.
Sugi, is that you? Is that your ghost talking to me?
No, Naruhodō, it's me.
Oh. Suzuto!
Have you forgotten? The battle is far from over.
Do you mean?
Yes, the defense still has the right to a closing argument. One more closing argument. To overturn this mistaken verdict.
Yeah, let me go ahead and lag my slam here. Laggy slam now. Bah! My lord. The defense asserts our right to a closing argument. Let's get to it fast so we can get out of this.
Ah, the Holy Grail smells of lag today. Surely you should be running out of seeds of deceit to sow by now.
This isn't deceit. Closing argument is for the pursuit of truth. This is the time to hang my head, as long as there's a chance. I have to stand tall and keep facing forward.
Oh, it's to be continued. I think it's still a little too early for that, to be honest. I mean, we are pretty far into it. So I probably could end it here for now, but it would definitely be a shorter episode. Probably like 50 minutes or so. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with just a little bit more.
Just a smidge more.
I can't edit all that lag.
I'm moving smooth again. The fence has proposed the closing argument. Yet again. Very well. A right is a right after all. Here begins our second closing argument. Foreman of the jury, are you prepared to begin?
Of course.
Now, 6 jurors. The court orders you to explain the reasons and the basis behind your guilty verdicts.
All right. See what we got this time. Jurors' assertions.
The criminal left the evidence at the scene. Says 3 books that incriminate him.
There's a possibility that someone else stabbed her. I could reconsider my verdict.
Okay.
If the window was closed, then when she threw the book, then it's not relevant to the case.
Throwing a book isn't that big of a deal in the first place. It wouldn't kill a man. I should know.
Let's wrap this up. Chop chop. If I don't get paid, I'm dead meat.
I could really go for some beef stroganoff right now. That reminds me, I had a house fire recently. I caught such an awful cold after.
Oh man, what are you even talking about, old man?
Seems the jurors' opinions have become more concrete as of our second closing argument.
Have they?
Once again, with some exceptions.
Our transfer student failed to break down the last witness with his cross-examination. There's no denying it now. The man who ran away from the scene was the defendant. Therefore, there was not a single other person who could have committed the crime.
The eyewitness account was accurate. That makes this verdict all the more conclusive. I'm afraid that's the only truth.
If that's the case, then this closing argument will have to prove if there's another undeniable possibility.
What makes a possibility undeniable, though?
You should already know the answer to that. To quote to those ridiculous detective novels, you need the whodunit and the howdunit. As such, you must do nothing short of revealing a name and a method.
If it was that simple, I wouldn't be in this mess.
But if you can't do it, you'll never find the path to this great turnabout.
Oh, it's always gotta be a big turnabout!
Because that's how we fucking do it!
Thus, the closing arguments will now begin. I'm sure that you're prepared, defense.
Yes, sir! This is the moment of truth. Yet again, smack my butt cheeks. Let's do this, baby. The one who holds the key to the closing argument has to be Juror 4, Mrs. Garrideb.
Book disappeared from the Garrideb home on the night of the crime. Victim was found at the crime scene holding the 4th book.
There has to be some connection between those 2 facts. And I have to be the one to prove this connection somehow. I use every method at my disposal if push comes to shove.
Make sure you watch the wife's reactions, even if she's not testifying.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is it actually possible when I'm pressing, I didn't notice this before, when I'm pressing each of the jurors, can the other jurors react during that? I guess they must be able to. Defense's rebuttal. All right. let's go ahead and just press her right off the bat. All right, so throwing a book isn't that big of a deal in the first place. It wouldn't kill a man.
Mata! You say it wouldn't kill a man, but that book was on fire, wasn't it?
Oh, you can't. I don't think that was there before. I do not think that this deciding which juror to focus on while this is happening was here the last time we did this.
Right, it was burning hot with my love.
I don't think that had anything to do with love.
Ow.
It was the fire betrayed love, I tell you. He was in the wrong. Don't you think so, too?
Well, it's not good for someone to betray his wife, but it's also not good to jump to conclusions. Was it all just a misunderstanding in the first place?
Ow.
Either way, it was just a tiny little fight in the privacy of our own home.
Ow. Stop hitting me, lady. I ain't your cheating husband.
I hereby deny it has anything to do with this incident.
Do what you want, but I'm a little worried about Juror 5.
Yeah.
Been avoiding her violent outbursts by just a hair's width.
Oh, he's actually dodging it. I see.
Was the master of holding himself back.
Okay, that didn't change. I didn't think it probably pressing her directly was gonna do anything.
Let's rouse up, chop chop. If I don't get paid, I'm a dead meat.
Man, you again, come on. Hey, what's your deal? Why are you in such a rush? A man's life's at stake. Didn't we have this conversation already?
Yeah, well, so was mine.
Huh?
Didn't I tell you already? I'm a worker, paid by the day. If I go home penniless today, then you'll find me floating in the Thames by tomorrow morning.
What?
That's how terrifying the missus can be.
Oh, jeez. That goes beyond terrifying, right into criminally insane, I'd say. Well, that explains how you're able to dodge the other lady so deftly.
Let me tell you something she did to me recently. Oh, the heck?
What's wrong?
Must have been so terrifying that I blocked it out from my memory.
Wow.
I wonder if Rollo will ever throw a pad into the river Thames.
Probably. You have an overactive imagination, Susato.
Lord knows if he did, he's freaking dead. That motherfucker isn't gonna wake up even if he's drowning.
But I have to wonder if there's a way to restore Juror 5's terrifying memories.
Okay, so, alright, so you guys press other people and then he'll possibly remember. Reminds me, I had a house fire recently. I had caused such an awful cold after.
What does that have to do with your verdict?
Sorry, what was that? Could you say it a little louder, please?
So, could you tell me a little more about that fire?
It was winter last year. My grandkids had lit the candles on my birthday cake. There were 75 candles on, I think. It's quite a spectacle.
What? They put candles in a cake? Were they trying to summon some sort of demon?
That's a very English thing to do, apparently. No, don't be upset. It's a celebration for my birthday.
It would seem that this strange practice is actually a common tradition in this land.
It's so weird. Normally we just put egg rolls on top of our cake and light those on fire.
Back to the point, when I got to huff and puff and blow those candles out, I ended up huffing and puffing and blowing them down, still burning all over the room. Fire started eating up the furniture, and the whole room was filled with fire and smoke. Everybody died. The end.
Wait, everybody died? Does that include?
Yep, I'm dead. Bye! And then suddenly he becomes translucent and he just descends from his chair and into the heavens. Farewell, Naruhodō!
Well, looks like we're down a juror, so trial concluded. God damn it!
I knew it. It really was summoning the eternal flames from down below. How did you catch a cold from that?
Well, my grandkids were passing me buckets of water to try and put out the fire. Since the room was full of smoke, they opened up all the windows to let the smoke out.
They opened the windows?
Some elbows were exposed to the harsh night gusts, and I froze my core. I was soon after carried to the hospital. Got the birthday present, eh?
Yeah, must have been fun. There's something about what he said that speaks to me.
Okay, winter fires are a real danger. I got a cold because I opened the window for fresh air. Oh, here we go. If the window was closed and she threw the book, then it's not relevant to the case. Winter fires are a real danger. I got a cold because they opened the window for fresh air. That's because they had a fire in the house. There we go.
There's a clear contradiction between these two statements.
A contradiction? What in the world are you talking about?
Oh God, I can't take it when he points his finger at me. Ha!
I really can't hear you unless you speak up, Mark. Speak up, Mark!
Juror 3, if I may. Yes? What is it this time? Were you listening to Juror 6's birthday story? From what I heard, he opened his windows, even though it was the middle of winter. That's true, but it was an emergency. If there was a fire in the room, then of course you would open the... Oh no!
Actually, it's true. You know, it's kind of funny. I feel like some people probably would have figured that out almost instantly. I'm sort of thinking to myself, I should have like noticed that inconsistency earlier. That of course, if you have a fire at a bookshelf right next to a window, even if the window's closed, there's smoke coming from that thing. You're gonna want to open the window. So of course, I feel like I should have realized that myself.
Seems like you get it. At the time of the crime, there was a fire in Mr. Garrideb's room. Mr. Garrideb told me something very interesting about what was going on at the time. The moment the flames flared up, the whole room was engulfed in thick smoke. Hey, said that!
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, what did she say? She's pouring herself tea and just keeps drinking it. Interesting though. She's saying something in the middle of pointing out the contradictions between the two. I'm wondering if I question her, am I gonna lose the? Am I have to re-contradict them or? Well, whatever. Let's just go ahead and press it.
Hang on, Juror 4. May I have a word with you?
Or maybe it's maybe I have to do this. I don't know. Have to do this to get him to rescind his guilty verdict.
Mrs. Garrideb!
What are you doing just selling me out like that?
Just give up the maid act already. There's something I wanted to confirm with you, though.
What is it now?
At the time of the incident, your window was open. Isn't that right?
What? What's this all about?
Smoke from the raging flames was beginning to fill the air. Under those conditions, you had no choice but to open the window.
What are you talking about? Fine, I admit it. My husband really did rush to open the window. But of course, I kept throwing things without a care in the world.
Even while all of your possessions were going up in flames?
Letting your anger out is good for your health, so I had to throw it to my heart's content.
I don't know if that's right. That doesn't sound so good for anyone's health.
Anyway, we've proven that the window was open. Let's have that added to the jury's claims. So the window was open at the time. I had totally forgotten about that.
Okay. Now do I clash it? It's certainly possible the window was open when she threw the book. Wait, oh no, his changed. Wait, that can't be right. So they're agreeing on it. But he didn't change his verdict at all, which is kind of weird. But he did change his statement. I gotta press him now? Because, I mean, these don't clash. He's saying it's certainly possible that the window was open. She's saying the window was open. Okay, well, maybe if I press him now. So, certainly possible the window was open when she threw that book. Because now I can't, like, redo that scene again, right? Because now he's saying something different. It's interesting, though. That's making this, like, less of a, like, okay, find the contradiction, boom, now we're not guilty. No, I still gotta go a little further now.
When the incident occurred on Briar Road, in the Garrideb's flat across the way, a fire broke out.
That seems about right. And if there was a fire, you won't throw open the windows no matter how cold it was.
And then Miss Garrideb threw the burning book. She forgot herself in her fury and cornered her husband by the window.
That seems about right.
Doing that again.
It's always possible that the book flew out the window. But it's a bit weird to think that the book flew all the way over to the crime scene.
What?
As such, I don't feel quite right about changing my verdict at the moment.
I see.
Oh, okay then. Seems like I'm still missing something.
Okay, maybe. Okay, now I press her, maybe? Because true, the window was open at the time. I totally forgot about that.
The fourth book dropped at the crime scene was hideously burnt. The title of that book is The Adventure of the Lion's Mane. That will be the same book that you and your husband was reading, right?
Yes, I believe so.
When you fought, you threw the book at him, right? You threw The Adventure of the Lion's Mane.
I threw it. It was the closest thing in reach, so it was the very first thing I threw. And now that I think about it, it was the book that my husband had been reading, yes.
Why didn't you just say that from the start?
Because I had no memory of it. You know how it is. When something like that happens, you just throw in whatever's available.
I do not know how it is, ma'am.
Never mind the title. What the object even is doesn't matter to you in the moment.
Oh, here we go. So yeah, the only time, like, so the lady was earlier, we started pouring the tea when this guy was talking, the second time I questioned him. I think it's only though when they actually get a little speech bubble that I actually can question him about stuff. All right, this is gonna remind him, right?
Excuse me, Juror 5.
I remember it all. All my repressed memories are back.
What?
When I was just listening to that old lady, it all came back to me.
Old lady, mother! Don't call me old lady. I'm a wife and a maid, and that's it.
And he immediately dodged it.
He's not even responding to her violent outburst.
It was 2 weeks ago, and after I finished my work for the day, I reached in my pocket to retrieve the day's wage. But then, I turned wider than a sheet. There was a huge hole in my pocket, and all my money had fallen out.
Wow, that's quite a tragedy, actually.
If only I could afford myself a decent pair of trousers. Even tragedy doesn't do it justice.
What?
The missus was just in the middle of cutting up some chicken for dinner. I barely managed to mutter. I dropped all my money when suddenly, her knife stuck herself in the wall, only an inch above from my nose.
Holy fuck!
It's so terrifying, I'm speechless.
I could really smell the flames then. I'll tell you what.
This man really does need to get out of here then, alright?
It's a good chance he's gonna
He's gonna be the murder victim of the next case.
Tonight, I'll probably drown in those murky depths. That's the real tragedy.
I understand.
And that's when I finally realized that everyone will throw anything. Blades and knives, axes and hatchets.
Naruhodō, once you know that not all women are like that.
I don't believe this is though. You toss me all the time! Yeah, I know.
Just often throwing the first blade they can get their hands on. Absolute barbarians. At least lose an arrow once in a while or something. Just a good old-fashioned toss. How about that? Whatever happened to that? Just a freaking sleeper hold. Just crack a motherfucker's neck. Boom!
Who are we shooting at now?
Alex, pay careful attention to what Juror 5 just said. His words may serve as an arrow that will guide us toward victory.
Just try to forget about what Susan just said for now. I'm gonna die later, though. Probably.
Okay, an angry woman will throw anything she can find. My old lady even throws knives. Okay, okay, we're saying that, so angry woman, it's possibly someone else stabbed her. Maybe I could clash there. Yeah!
There's a clear contradiction between these two statements.
A contradiction? Explain your assertion, defense.
Juror 2, I think this may be the new possibility that you were looking for.
What did you just say?
I may have found another way the victim could have been stabbed with the knife.
Just what is it?
The fourth book, The Adventure of the Lion's Mane, was discovered at the crime scene. If it really did come from the Garrideb home, then we can safely come to one conclusion. There may have been one more object that was thrown from that room.
What?
After all, Juror 4 said that she had no idea what she was throwing in her blind fury. Isn't that right, Juror 4?
Just what are you blind?
You murdered that man, didn't you? Lady, I mean.
God damn it, how many times do we have to freaking say it? She's still alive! Oh, right.
So she realized the truth of this book. I wager that she may have already begun fearing this other possibility to be true.
Japanese attorney, as a representative of this whole jury, I request an answer. What do you believe is this other object that flew across the street from their flat?
What I'm about to say is absolutely cray-cray. Don't have any decisive evidence to back this up, but I'm about to make a serious indictment. This is a possibility that we must investigate. Understood. The defense is ready to voice his thoughts. The other object that flew out of the Garrideb's flat was
this freaking demon knife.
Juror 4, Mrs. Garrideb.
Whoa, what do you want?
I think I should begin by apologizing. I'm really sorry about this. But I need you to tell me something. Look at this knife. Does it strike you as familiar?
Oh!
Hold on, defense. What are you doing? Is that knife? The knife that was used to stab the victim?
At the time of the incident, the Garridebs were in a heated argument. Miss Garrideb had cornered her husband at the window, throwing whatever she could find. The window was open, and the book she threw was the one discovered at the crime scene.
Ridiculous! The book was found in the victim's hand!
In the book, just grow legs and walk into her hand.
Huh, not even the missus can make a book do that.
I can't claim to know everything, but that's exactly why. It would be a fatal mistake to end this trial now. Ah! No! Answer me, Mrs. Garrideb. Do you or do you not remember this knife?
Dead! Oh, fuck!
I chucked the knife at Mrs. Garrideb and killed her dead.
My lord, I would like to amend my verdict. I made a promise, after all.
Juror 2.
And I will, as well. This is an unexpected turn of events. I agree that would be a mistake to end the trial at this point.
Foreman.
Don't forget about me. I don't really think this old lady really did it, but
Got me into. I wouldn't feel satisfied with the verdict right now.
No, if you get too many of you doing it at once, we're all gonna lag.
Good show. All at once, then. 1, 2, boop, 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 boop.
We've done it.
Okay, we're not lagging at least.
That was brilliant work, Naruhodō.
the jury's verdict has changed as a result of the defense's closing argument. Now, 2 vote guilty and 4 vote not guilty. Thus, the court acknowledges that the jury's vote is split and orders you all to continue the trial.
Heck yeah, baby. Curses, says Van Zeeks. All right, guys. Well, I think after that, it's probably a good place to end things here for now. This is good, though. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying it, especially just because I really do not know what the answer is. There's still so many things I can't even, like, figure out how they came to be. Like, how did the books get... So, okay, the book with the bookmark in it might have been a totally different book. I don't know if it was the same as the Lion's Mane one. I can't remember. That didn't get added to our court record at all, so I can't really comment on it. I don't know. Maybe that's not gonna have anything to do with anything, but I feel like it probably will, right? The bookmark with the kissy mark on it. But if that could be her knife, maybe she did toss it and it went out the window. I don't think it stabbed the lady, but maybe someone found it and picked it up and then used that to kill the lady, right? Maybe the lady just walked by and found the book and picked it up. I don't know. Just sort of weird though. Like, why? There's a burnt, crappy, crusty ass old book. I don't know. I wish we would put that in our court record because what that other book in the. It probably wasn't. No, he probably wasn't because he said he doesn't have it anymore to read it. So why would he, right? Unless he went out to go get a new version of that. Well, whatever. I'm just kind of assuming. I don't remember what the name of the book was that had that bookmark in it, but still a lot of questions that I don't know who the killer could possibly be yet. So, but anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoy this episode. If you did, please leave a like and a favorite and subscribe if you're not already become Picky Penguin for this LP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy!